Falklands sovereignty, not up for discussion. Britain warns after new Argentinian president vows to get them back.
Here's a summary of the article.
Rishi Sunak has ruled out any new negotiations over the Falkland Islands, and Argentina's new president pledged to get them back. During his victorious presidential campaign, Milei insisted that Britain returning the islands was non-negotiable, and the territory, known as the Malvinas in Argentina, is Argentine. He said, "What do I propose? Argentina's sovereignty over the Malvinas Islands is non-negotiable. The Malvinas are Argentine. Now we have to see how we are going to get them back. You cannot deny that those people are there. You cannot disregard those human beings. You have to negotiate with Britain and consider the views of the people who live on the islands. We are looking for a solution for the Malvinas Islands to return to Argentina through diplomacy, a solution that is viable, that is achievable. The position of the Falkland Islands was settled some time ago, and will not be changed." The United Kingdom sent troops in Argentina lost the two-month war for the archipelago in a conflict that claimed the lives of 649 Argentines and 255 British soldiers. Argentina still claims the islands while Britain says the Falklands are a self-governing entity under its protection.
This post received a score of 4,100, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
You cannot deny those people are there. 99.8% voted to remain British.
That still means there were 6 people on the island that voted to join Argentina, or spoiled their ballots is more likely.
15-13-3 was the vote. So not even 6.
By Putin's logic, invade now to protect those 3.
It's only fair.
Why would people in the Falklands want to be a part of a country? If they did join, would reduce their living standards.
They wouldn't. And they have voted resoundingly to that effect in every referendum ever offered to them. The real question is why Argentina chooses to ignore this.
A former referendum had only a few wanting to be a part of Argentina. A newspaper tracked down one was an old gent with a very young Argentinian girlfriend.
Not only that, these islands were never a part of anything Argentinian anyways. They were uninhabited when Europeans first settled there, and there is no indication they had ever been settled prior to that.
I've seen this topic debated more times than I care to remember, and as a person with no dog at all in the race, my takeaway is that the one thing Argentinians base their claim on is a period early on when the Falklands were briefly under some Spanish overseas administration. At least it seemed like there was a brief time when it could very loosely be argued that it was a Spanish colony. But that doesn't mean Argentina has any right to it at all. In those days, from what I know, various islands and territories changed hands a lot before permanent settlements and later governments were established, and that's become the norm for how we decide what belongs to whom. I did try to read anything I could that might support the Argentinian claim, but there's a good reason virtually no one except Argentina recognizes their claim. Spain didn't even have a colony, as it were. It was just a naval, military outpost. Brits never relinquished their claim, and the crumbling Spanish Empire abandoned it in. Argentina attempted to establish a colony shortly after getting their independence from Spain, but the people rebelled and abandoned it. The Brits took their islands back in 1833, established a colony, and have been there since.
This is a pretty good summary. I think it was United Provinces of the Rio de la Plata, not Argentina, that laid claim to it in the early part of 1800s, but English farmers were still scratching out a living there. When British forces came back to re-secure their claim to the islands, they didn't even oust the few Rio de la Plata gauchos because they were hard workers. They stayed but were few in number and well integrated with the rest of the population.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.